Hi teacher, I hope you are okay. And now answering the question about the theory evaluation that it is, do you recommend people to learn a new language? And my answer is that yes, I recommend it. And I recommend because it is a good idea to learn now in this globalized world to learn another language. Unfortunately, English is the most common language around the world uh, because the United States are the country who are in the top of many facts like military, commercial, industrial, etc. For that reason, it is so necessary to learn the English language as a second language. But also many other languages I think that are important for learning. I think that anyone. Um, why? Because also it has some benefits, in which I want to talk about in advance about them. But talking about some change that I think that a person can have when he is learning a language, it is the when a person is learning a new language, it is not just acquiring the language itself. It is both the language and the culture from another country or from another civilization, which probably it is near or far from the country or from the part in which we are living. Uh, One day I read that some investigators and researchers explained that some of the benefits about to learn a language, and they explained that when a person is learning uh, another language, the neuronal activity from the brain increases. Probably is for the fact that we are forcing our brain in order to learn another channel of communication, that it is not just our mother tongue. The challenges that probably a person who is learning a new language is going to have, it is that it is going to be necessary to invest time in order to to learn the language, because it is necessary. Also, in addition, it is going to be necessary to study a lot, because when we're learning a language, it's going to be necessary to memorize a lot of words, a lot of verbs, a lot of many things that are going to be new in this process of learning. Um, Another thing that probably it is going to be necessary is to try to be in contact the more possible with the language that we're learning. As for example, I think that something that is easy here in the frontier is that here that well, this is because we are learning English. It is easier to be in contact with the language, because if we turn on the TV, we can observe channels in English. We turn on the radio when we are driving our car, we can listen in English radio, and sometimes it is easy to find some people who also speak English, and it is easy to be in contact with them. But for persons who are learning another language, also now we're living in a globalized world in which everything can be possible. That means through internet we're able to find many contacts about any language that we want to learn. The benefits that we can have when we're learning the new language, it is that we are going to the first one is this, that we are going to be able to communicate with many other people probably from the United States or from the people whose their mother tongue is English, but also the English it is easy to find that, as for example here I can see that when I am in my work I look at many or I find a lot of Asian people, and sometimes I need to communicate with them, and the language that we use in order to communicate ourselves it is English, because of course I don't know Chinese or Korean, and probably they don't know Spanish, and also the English is going to be a good language in order to communicate with people from other parts of the world. Some tips that probably I can give is that it is necessary to read in the language that a person is learning. Also, another tip is going to be to write well as soon as possible. It is necessary to write in order to remember. Well, for me, it works when I write something. It is easier for me to learn it. And finally, to try to be in contact as much as possible with the language through internet, through the radio, through the TV, and with any other ways that we can find. In conclusion, well, my opinion is that yes, it is very important to learn another language, or probably to learn another languages, because it could be very useful for many facts. First, probably for traveling, for communicating with people, for getting a new opportunity, or for getting a better job.